Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rachakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and his sincere shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. Now, this is going to be a really quick video on this post that was put up by GMS North Carolina. All right. Now, when you read this, like I said, it's a really, really quick video. Not very much to say on this at all, because we already know what the deal is, right? So when you look at this, it only makes sense why Esau is doing what he's doing to us, doing what he's doing to our people, right? In the industry or even in the world through the media and stuff like that. They're poisoning us with the food, with the media, with the all the mindset. It only makes sense why, right? It only makes sense why he's doing it, because he already knows. Esau already knows. Okay, the average person walking up and down the street, they really don't know much. All right, but Esau, the rulers of darkness, the rulers of this place, the bankers and all of them, they know, right? And like I said, it only makes sense why their target is us. It only makes sense. All right. So when you read this, it says a former NASA research scientist is making explosive claims about an alien encounter at an Air Force base. Now remember, there was a story circling about Simeon Toko. That was the name. All right, Simeon Toko. And, if anybody, didn't watch that, it's a really good one, and it's similar to this. It's more in depth, and there's a lot more to it than this. All right, but you could put two and two together when you hear that story, and you hear this one. All right, so it says he describes a mile long ship landing and hundreds of beings getting off that were a black race. It says it looked like African Americans, right? And were around 7 feet tall, right? It says he said they had an arrogant look of conquerors, right? That had never been conquered, right? So conquerors that had never been conquered. Wow. Which means they got this. They got this. And that's a uplifting part right there. It said an arrogant look of conquerors that had never been conquered, meaning they never lost the fight. They never lost the fight. Right? That proves when you have the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI with you, you're never going to be confounded. And this makes a whole lot of sense as to why they're messing this up, man. And there are more claims like this. This isn't there's hundreds of claims like this, right? And he said a mile long ship. That's a pretty big ship. All right. A pretty big ship. So this is a really good one, man. It says aliens looking like African American. This is where they get Predator from. That's exactly why they made Predator. Right? They know. Why they give them dreadlocks? What kind of alien have dreadlocks? I mean, come on, man. Right? So anyway. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. All right, so this is why they get ready to put serious hell on us, man. Right, through things like Jacob's trouble and stuff like that. They're really getting ready to start putting crazy hell on us, right? And like I said, it only makes sense. It only makes sense as to why they would do it. Because of stuff like that, they're afraid. All right? They know that their time is short. They're afraid. And this is why they're making movies like Independence Day and stuff like that. Because they believe that they're going to win at the end. They know that there's going to be a fight. They know that there's going to be a war. Right? But with the Lord, it's not even really a war. It's just a straight deliverance. They're going to mobilize their militaries, and the world is more than likely going to come together and fight against it. Fight against the Lord. But see, the thing is, and one thing they don't really quite understand, and it seems like they don't understand, is the Lord is the one that gave them these militaries. The Lord is the one that gave them the Lord is the one that made them. right? The Lord is the one that made them. The Lord is in control of everything, man. He made all the spirits. He made demons, angels, you. He made everything. He gave the military to them. So what's crazy is they believe that they're going to win against the Lord with a military that he gave them, by the way. Um, and there's nothing. What's crazy is, they don't even know how we dream. They don't know how the sun burns. It's a lot that they still don't know. So they really believe that they're going to win. And the Lord gave them that mindset is to believe that they're going to win. I mean, really, when you think about it, it's more fun that way. When you think about it, if you know that you can beat somebody, like as far as like in a battle, and they literally have nothing on you, and you know 100% that you can beat them, and they still put up a fight, that's much more satisfying. It sounds sick, sure, but it's much more satisfying. Like y'all bitter enemies and stuff like that, and they still putting up a fight. Like who do you think you are? And it's much more satisfying, right? So anyway, like I said, it was a really really quick video. Not very much to say on a scripture like this. They're afraid, and they should be, because if I was them, I would be too. If I knew what they know, right, and if I was them, and I knew what they know, yes, I would be afraid too. I would try to suppress the people as much as I can. I would try to sterilize them as much as I can. I would try to push as much feminism on them as much as I could, as much as I can. But they still don't understand. See, if they listening to Satan, sure, but Satan is doing exactly what the Lord is telling them to do. So Esau is in a lose-lose situation because Satan is really throwing him in a trick bag too. Satan knows what the deal is, man. Right? Satan knows exactly what the deal is. So if they're talking to Satan, Satan already knows what the hell the deal is. Because Satan is only doing exactly what the Lord is telling him to do. And believe it or not, Satan wants all this confusion and all this. What y'all claim, Satan wants all this confusion and all this demonic activity to grow in this society. Yeah, we do too, because as the more demonic activity, the harder this place is going to fall. The quicker it's going to fall. So we do too. Our goal and Satan's goal is not very much different, because Satan's goal is the Lord's goal. Our goal is the Lord's goal. It's not very different, right? So that's all I got on this, man. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Esau, man, your time is almost up, man. This rulership, this wicked rulership, your time is almost up. All right, Shalom.